Assalamu alaikum, and today we are again with the Telltale Heart, its explanation and critical insight, and it is our lecture number 11. So it is our paragraph number or passage number 11. So let's see what we have. Its first sentence is I smiled, then comma and dash. For what had I to fear? Question mark. Obey the gentleman. Welcome. If you see the narrator's smile is not a sign of normal calmness, but it presents disturbed confidence. Our narrator believes he has executed the perfect crime, so he sees no reason to feel fear. That I should not be feeling fear because I have done everything with perfection. However, this lack of fear is unnatural. It is not natural. If he is not feeling fear, it is not natural. Basically, it represents, it shows delusion that we have been talking about throughout the whole story. So he is delusional that he has no fear, right? And his delusion basically is showing him sane. But in reality, we know that it is not act of sanity. His polite welcome to the police, he calls them the gentleman, right? It shows that he is trying to appear normal and well composed, calm, without any disturbance. But ironically, the more confident he acts, the more we, the readers, sense that something is psychologically wrong. Basically, his smile hides inner instability. What he looks from outside, from his appearance, basically, he is not from inner side. From inner side is different. Now, the second sentence or second part, it has two sentences in it. The shriek, comma, I said is using, it's called weak interruption, and it is used to emphasize something. So I said, he's emphasizing on his words. The shriek, comma, I said, comma, was my own in a dream. The old man I mentioned, again, weak interruption, was absent in the country. Now, what does it mean? What the line means? Here, basically, the narrator is quickly constructing false explanations. His explanations are not true. These are false, right? The shriek, he is explaining here that it is as a dream. He's considering it as a dream. And he thinks that old man has disappeared, and old man's disappearance is justified here with a casual lie. He's lying here. This shows his manipulative thinking. He manipulates a lot in his mind and his ability to rationalize events. He always gives you a rational, a reason for doing any action. Whatever he's doing, he provides you a rationale for that. However, these excuses also reveal the same thing, the same point, the same idea, the same theme. And what is that? It is self-deception. What he is doing here, Our narrator is trying to convince not only the police, but also himself. The ease with which he lies highlights his moral detachment and psychological imbalance. He has two very major things in his character. That is, he is morally detached. He has nothing to do with morals. He has nothing to do with his with psychological balance. He is detached, morally detached, and he is psychologically imbalanced. These are the two problems he has in his character that is also shown and revealed in his actions. Next is, I took my visitors all over the house. So he is moving them around in the whole house. So it shows he's confident. I bade them search. Then line, search well. So it shows his confidence, rather overconfidence. And if you see this line, it shows extreme confidence and it is turning into recklessness. Instead of avoiding suspicion, he invites it by encouraging a thorough search. He says, okay, you are welcome and you can search thoroughly. Don't leave anything, any place, any point. So what it does, what it shows us, it reflects us, it shows the readers his obsession with control, that he is obsessed and he is obsessed with control, that okay, I have control over everything. And we have been viewing, observing throughout the whole story that whatever he's doing it with utmost sheer confidence. Nobody can think of it. He wants to direct the situation and prove his superiority. Here we see that he is directing each and everything. And obviously, when you are superior or you are trying to be superior, then you behave like that. So again, see, he has repeated the word search, search, search well. It is emphasizing that it is emphasizing his almost theatrical pride. He is acting and he is acting very well. He is behaving very smart here. It also builds tension as we readers know the truth that yes, there is a body lying under the floor in the room of old man who is not in the world now, he's dead. So we know it, but the searchers who are searching the body or who are searching the crime, they do not know, and that is the police, right? Let's move to the next part. Again, we have two sentences, and see now here the sentences are getting shorter and shorter, but with weak interruptions. I led them, comma, at length, comma, to his chamber, full stop. I showed them his treasures, secure, undisturbed, again showing pride, showing confidence. Here our narrator is deliberately, consciously, with intent, brings the police into the most dangerous place of the whole house, and that is the place where the crime has been done, and that is the old man's room. And confidently he shows his treasures, and by doing this he is trying to prove that no robbery or crime has occurred in this room or even in this house. The words he has used here, two words, secure and undisturbed. They are deeply, deeply ironic. They show irony here because we readers know more than the characters. In this whole passage, you will find dramatic irony again and again in each and every sentence. So here you will find again dramatic irony. right? Because police don't know, but we know that there is uh, a body in the form of parts, in the form of pieces, is lying under floor, beneath their feet, beneath the floor, and it is brutally dismembered by our narrator, right? So it creates dramatic irony. You can find pieces of dramatic irony. You are very much familiar with it because we have done it, we have learned it, we have observed it, we have seen this dramatic irony in Oedipus Rex. So it also shows how the narrator is confusing external order with internal chaos. Internally, he's disturbed. He is in chaos. He is not calm. But from appearance, from outside, from the externality, from the external side, he looks very calm. He looks that he is leading each and everything. He looks that he is successfully proving that nothing has done here. Next line is in the enthusiasm of my confidence. Now, see, he is bragging. I brought chairs into the room and desire them here to rest from their fatigue. See, if you have done crimes, so you want people to leave the place as early as possible, but he is doing otherwise. He is confidently asking them to sit there, the very place where he has hidden the whole body of an innocent old man because of his only obsession without any reason. Okay? So in this phrase, you will find enthusiasm of my confidence, that his pride has become excessive and uncontrollable. He is out of control now, right? He's no longer simply calm. He's excited. And he is feeling joy by his own cleverness. He is feeling pride. He's feeling triumphant. He's feeling that he has conquered the world because he is very intelligent. He has done each and everything with utmost cleverness. And just see his confidence that he is offering chairs, and this is suggesting that he is he basically he is showing hospitality, that he is a gentleman. Only a gentleman can offer you a place or chairs to sit. But on the other side, it also shows that he wants to prolong the situation so that he can enjoy the scene, the situation, so that he can enjoy his victory, his triumph. Because he is thinking that they will not be able to find the dead body. And basically, they are not. They will not be able to. It is he who is going to tell them where he has hidden the body. So his behavior is reflecting obsessive pride in this passage. And it is also reflecting a growing loss of a rational judgment. Now he's very confident, and this overconfidence is now pushing him toward exposure. He is going to expose something, right? And we know what's going to happen. So next line, let's see, next line. This passage, this paragraph is shorter. So it's the last line or last part. It's a complete sentence. Now it's comparatively lengthy. While I myself, in the wild audacity of my perfect triumph, placed my own seat upon the very spot beneath which reposed the corpse of the victim. Look at his audacity, how much confident he is, how much bravery he's showing here. That is unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable, right? And here we feel pain that how much clever he is. We have to accept it, all right? We have to accept it that he has done everything with sheer cleverness. So here, in this sentence, we will find the climax of irony and psychological tension. That irony is at its peak, as well as the psychological tension. We are feeling tense, yeah, we are feeling tension. Our narrator, sits directly above the hidden corpse, and he believes that he has achieved perfect triumph without any error, errorless victory. So this phrase, another phrase, wild audacity, you will see shows that his confidence has become almost insane. He is behaving like an insane person. His behavior is not normal. That look at the confidence that a normal person who has committed a crime, he will try to run away from that place. But what he does, he picks the chair, he puts it on the very place where he hid the body almost an hour or short time before or ago, right? So this is insanity. This is not normal behavior. Instead of escaping suspicion, he is not escaping suspicion. He is placing himself in the most symbolic and this dangerous position in the whole story. This is the place where the crime has been hid, when the signs of crime has been hidden, when the proof is where the proof is hidden. So his act represents three things. Number one, extreme arrogance. He feels that he is untouchable. No one can catch him. No one can touch him, right? And second thing is psychological obsession, that he is drawn to the crime and foreshadowing of guilt, that he cannot escape what he has done. Here, we have feeling that he will not escape. Unconsciously, he's compelled to stay close to the body. It is not he's not doing it intentionally, because it is unconscious. His trust, whatever he has done, uh, maybe he's doing it unconsciously, not necessarily that he's doing with consciousness. It also suggests that guilt is already beginning to control him. His guilt is basically controlling him. So even before he hears the imagined heartbeat, in the next paragraphs, we'll see that he will again start hearing imagined heartbeat. So if we can do critical analysis of it, you can see that we have been discussing 6 points in critical analysis, and if you find, because in exams you are going to get one passage, there are 13 passages, so one passage you will get, and you have to explain it as I have explained, and then you will critically analyze, and you will consider 6 points that we have been discussing. Number one is obsession as motivation. Here, the narrator's actions, if you see, are driven by an overwhelming obsession that is extending beyond the act of murder to a compulsive desire for control and superiority. Now it is extending, it is expanding. Now it is control and superiority. He is enjoying his triumph here. His decision to guide the police and encourage their research reflects not confidence alone, but a psychological need to dominate the situation and prove his intellectual mastery, right? Psychologically, he feels that I have to prove that I'm intellectually invincible. This obsession transforms the crime into a performance now. It's not only a crime, but it has become a performance, right? The way he's behaving, it looks that he is acting in a theater where he seeks validation through the perceived cleverness. He wants us to validate him, to validate his triumph, to validate his victory so that he can celebrate it. Again, we will focus another point, that is unreliable narrator. He is not reliable. So our narrator insists on his sanity and exposure. We have been discussing it. Yet his behavior is opposite to his claims. His behavior contradicts his claims. They do not match, right? His exaggerated confidence, his theatrical politeness, and fixation on proving himself reveal here a deeply unreliable perspective. His perspective cannot be relied, it is unreliable. And there is a gap between what he believes he believes that he has perfect control, and he has the rationale, absolute rational to do that action. But there's a gap between what he believes and what we readers perceive. We are not following his sanity. We are not following his psychological path. But we perceive, we think that he is not stable and he is delusional. He is mentally unstable. He is having delusion. And that is that gap between what he thinks and what we think exposes the fragmented nature of the mind, that his mind is fragmented. It is not okay. Then irony is, you can find irony in every passage here, in the whole story. So you will find that this passage dominates as far as dramatic irony is concerned. And the narrator, you see, proudly demonstrates the very space he conceals the corpse. He believes his crime is flawlessly hidden, but on the other side, contrary to that, we audience, recognize that his excessive confidence is itself a flaw. A criminal cannot be so confident as he is behaving with confidence. So his invitation to search well, basically, it is intensifying this irony, because it is bringing him closer to exposure rather than safety. He's putting himself into danger, not protecting himself. So it creates a powerful sense of suspense. So here we say, we are feeling, our heart is beating, and we feel that at any moment he can be caught. Police may find a spot of blood or certain mistake he might have done, right? Then madness and reason, they are coexisting here. They are moving side by side. Poe basically presents a complex interplay between rationality and madness. On the surface, uh, uh, on the appearance, we see that the narrator's calculated actions, his planning, his politeness, his logical explanations suggest reason, that okay, in his planning, in his politeness, in explanations, there is a reason. But These are undermined by his moral detachment, no moral at all in his character, irrational pride, the way he's feeling pride, it is not rational, you cannot justify it, and obsessive thinking. The way he's thinking, he looks obsessed, and we cannot justify his moral detachment, his irrational pride, his obsessive thinking, not at all. And all of them reveal that his reason is merely a structured form of madness. It is basically insanity. This duality blurs the boundary between sanity and insanity. Where you are sane or where you are insane, you cannot decide it 100%. All right, there is a blur line you will find. All right, then psychological tension. Uh, this interaction of our narrator with police creates intense psychological tension. Now we are feeling tense, right? And it's extending and expanding and expanding and great and getting stronger and stronger because narrators claim exterior contrast with the reader's awareness of hidden truths. See, narrator is calm, but we readers are aware of hidden truth. And this contrast is generating and creating suspense. That is the hallmark of this story, the hallmark of Poe's writing style. And our narrator confidence escalates into reckless audacity. The tension due to this reckless audacity, the tension shifts from fear of discovery to anticipation of his psychological collapse, that he may collapse psychologically. And it makes the scene increasingly unsettling. If you see a language and style in this passage, you will see that Poe's stylistic choices mirror the narrator's disturbed psyche. The use of repetition throughout the story, and here it also exists in this passage, like here, search well, and it reflects obsessive thought patterns, while elaborate and dramatic phrases such as wild audacity of my perfect triumph emphasize his inflated ego. The rhythmic intensity and heightened diction is both are contributing to a claustrophobic and suspenseful atmosphere, and reinforces the narrator's mental instability. So these 6 points we have discussed, and you will also follow the same pattern. And at the end, you will conclude the passage. And how are you going to conclude it? You will conclude by saying that this passage strongly, powerfully illustrates our writer's Edgar Allan Poe's exploration of madness concealed beneath a facade of confidence and rationality. Means you, on appearance, you are confident, you look rational, but beneath it, your madness is concealed. The narrator's obsessive pride and calculated manipulation of the police reveal not true control, but a deeply rooted psychological instability. He's not psychological stable. Through dramatic irony, we readers remain constantly aware that his supposed triumph is false, it's fragile, it is temporary, it is not forever, it is not everlasting. So ultimately, a writer demonstrates that obsession, when combined with self-deception, inevitably leads to self-destruction. You destroy yourself. and it transforms the scene into a powerful example of psychological terror. Hope you have understood this detailed lecture. And now we have only 2 lectures remaining. ठीक है जी? And inshallah, we'll do it as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.